slow to begin. The first time starter, CJB. Also not that fast in stride, Winter Moon. Not a great deal of pace on early. On the inside, Saturnalia has a head in front over Garrick Painter, and now making a move around there outside is Gold Kit, being followed up on the inside by Aussie Mystic, racing alongside Papal Music, and then there's a break of a length and a half to Winter Moon and a further 2.5 lengths to CJB. They race towards the end of the back straight. Saturnalia on the inside. Towards that one's outside is Gold Kit. Very little between the leading duo as they're about to make the turn out of the back straight. Garrick Painter racing around the outside of Aussie Mystic in 3rd and 4th places. Then Papal Music, who is just shading 5th position. On the inside is Winter Moon, and still a break of nearly 3 lengths back to CJB. They're now inside the final 3.5 furlongs. Saturnalia against the rail, still just the leader. On that one's outside is Gold Kit. And then a break of a length and a half to Aussie Mystic, racing on the inside of Garrick Painter. The third wave, Winter Moon, is on the inside of a ridden along Papal Music, and still at the back of the field is CJB. Racing down towards the final quarter mile. Gold Kit towards the near side, the brown colours on the far side, pushed along now, Saturnalia. Here is Garrick Painter delivering a potent challenge, and Garrick Painter takes the lead for Rossa Ryan, and now goes clear by 2.5 lengths. Well inside the final furlong, and Garrick Painter is well on top. He's pulling clear now by 5 lengths, pushed out to score, up towards the line. It is Garrick Painter in front. Papal Music ran huge for second, tight call third, Gold Kit on the outside of Saturnalia.
Well, if Little Eddie was impressive in our previous race, Garrick Painter has been even more so, and I think once again positioning to some extent has been particularly key coming into this. Whatever's happened, he's absolutely bolted up and destroyed his field with Papal Music, as Mark said in commentary, running a massive race to pick up the pieces ultimately ahead of what looks like Gold Kit up for third. It's tight, but it looks like Gold Kit under Mohammed Tabdi has held on. No doubt about the winner, who'd run well in both starts coming into this, had bumped into Tyndrum Gold last time and had Whit and a beating from him, but ultimately, clearly, plenty's not been lost on him, and he was well settled just in behind the leaders. I'm going to be interested to hear what you think about the way this was run, Angus. It's kind of seemed no more than even, really, in there. We're just getting the outcome for third. Gold Kit has been named in the places. But at this point, when he was asked to go into overdrive by Rossa Ryan, the response was immediate. And he ultimately, in 2 or 3 strides, has put the race completely to bed, with Saturnalia not able to go on. Gold Kit allowed his head early, has just hung on for third. But what do you reckon, Angus and George? Just outclassed them, or was the way that the race was run, was that particularly key in this?
I think he was just too good for them, really. It was a race that, you're right, it wasn't furiously run. We'll have a look at the figures in a moment or two. It wasn't furiously run, and he showed a good turn of foot, and he's got an individual furlong that was quicker than Little Edie in the 5:30 contest. So he's quickened up really well, George, but he was dominant, wasn't he, really?
Yeah, he's progressed again, Angus, hasn't he? Yeah. He was quickly out the stalls, and ideally for Rossa Ryan, you can see him here now. He's got the horse which uses Saturnalia on the inside under George Rook in the sort of light maroon colours there, and a little bit keen. Mohammed Tabdi didn't want to get in a fight with Gold Kit, and he let her roll forward, and Ross has just had to sort of take back and take off heels. But once those two have sort of lined up in front of him, he's box seat following the 2 fancied horses on paper, and he looks very happy, doesn't he, Angus? He gets into good rhythm and is always well placed, and just one off the rail with the option of always popping out when he wants to develop the race. Yeah, 2nd, 3rd and 4th furlongs in this mile novice were quicker than the handicappers over 7 furlongs, so it was quicker early on. They then steadied round the bend at 12.79, and there was no furlong that was as slow as that in the 7 furlong handicap, so they've really steadied round the bend, filled up, and then gone again, 12.13, and the decisive furlong from the winner, quite impressive, an 11.49, and then he got tired and was eased a little bit and finished in 12.28, but that 11.49 penultimate furlong left his rivals for dead, and he's about to fire it now. He's just passing the 2 pole about now, and he's going to go from a 12.13 to 11.49 now until he hits the furlong pole. And that is a decisive furlong from him, George. Yeah, he took a bit of organising as he did on second start, and you could see Rossa Ryan just before the intersection got him to flick out onto a fresh lead.
Yeah.
But he quickened up, and he's obviously learnt plenty again, hasn't he? And I just thought it was a nice performance. It's not the deepest race. The second horse of Clive Cox's Papal Music has improved. They've taken the hood off on second start, and that's a step forward. But in the context of that, we're just dealing with a sort of horse that's well above his rivals, I think.
Yeah, last 2 furlongs were a little bit slower than Little Edie in the 7 furlong contest, but they saved a bit more petrol in the Little Edie race in the early part of the race. And this horse has won decisively in the end. 12.28 his final furlong, but he wasn't given a hard time in the latter stages, and you perhaps say he could have gone a little bit quicker. But that penultimate of 11.49 sealed the deal for this easy winner of our third, Garrick Painter. 13-8 favourite he was. He beat Papal Music. It was 200 to 1 in second place for the Clive Cox team. That's a big step forward for that horse. Here's the time, 1:39.97. So furlong per furlong it is better than Little Edie, and it's better than Just a Spark as well.